Cosimo, whatever this thing is. Fix yourself. Shoot. Is it fixed? Oh my goodness. This is take 2. I'm not even starting again. Sorry if that was painful for you. I hope that it doesn't fall again, okay? Chihuahua. So tonight, I'm kind of lost in thought and on another topic and realized that I hadn't... Wake up, Osimoto. I just gave it a new name. That's not what it's actually called. That I hadn't live streamed yet. Lovestreamed. Look, it's slowly falling. Tell me to reboot and I'll like kick you. Having technology issues, people. That wasn't really nice, was it? I can't kick the DG because it's an object and it wouldn't get hurt. So the title of this is Metanoia. Metanoia in a nutshell is pretty much absolutely everything that I talk about. Figuring out ways for you and me not to be afraid, to be unparanoid, to literally change our minds, to open our hearts. It's what this is all about. Our default state of brain is afraid and scared, and that's no way to live. So you have to train your brain to be awake, to be aware, to, please don't fall. These words were super cool and I cut them out and I thought I'd read them to you. Well, I didn't think that until just now, I'm not gonna lie. So it's about hummingbirds, and it comes from the people who make those cards, Papaya or something. So hummingbirds open our eyes to the wonder of the world and inspire us to open our hearts to loved ones and friends. Like a hummingbird, we aspire to hover and savor each moment. As it passes, embrace all that life has to offer and to celebrate the joy of every day. The hummingbird's delicate grace reminds us that life is rich, beauty is everywhere, every personal connection has meaning, and that laughter is life's sweetest creation. Pretty juicy, huh? So one of the things that it says here is savor each moment as it passes. That's technically like impossible. But I do have a technique or a practice for you tonight that allows you to install those savory moments, those beautiful memories that you have as we fall away from summer. We transition into fall if you're on my side of the world. If you're on the other side of the world, then your ice is melting and you're going into spring. So wherever we are in a transition period. And it's a really good time to pick up this sort of sunset state of mind. Imagine yourself when you look at the sunset, you're being reflective, you're being grateful, you're allowing something to come to an end so that you can greet the next day. So put yourself in a sunset state of mind, and I'm going to share with you these tips. I guess it's a technique from Rick Hanson, who is absolutely one of my favorite modern or contemporary, I guess, because he's still alive, neuropsychologist. So one of the things that I focus heavily on in Magnify, which is my small group program that is starting October 5th for 3 full moon cycles, is to learn how to learn. Because the way that we learned in school was to memorize, was to get something right on a test. And that's not the way that living works, which gets us tripped up. What happens is we are asking ourselves, am I doing it right? Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing it right? You can't get life wrong. It can hurt and you can suffer, but I think what happens because of the way we were trained to, follow each other in a straight line, a certain distance from each other, follow every rule that was listed on the wall exactly as it was listed. and get the right answers, memorize. It trained us in a way that we have to unlearn that and learn how we actually learn in life. So I go into a lot of detail in Magnify, and I'm super excited to welcome a new group of students soon. But one of the things that is a really cool tool for you to practice if you're wanting to install the memories, the beautiful memories that you've had this summer, and make them $1,000,000 moments that will just enrich your life. This is how you do it. So Rick Hanson says, first you got to have it. So maybe you've made a list of the top 5 memories of the summer, or actually I do it daily. I literally look at 3 of the best moments of my day, and I don't technically go through exactly these steps, but I install my love, I install my smiles, I install my joys. Do you see? Like, I relive them because they become at what is at the forefront of my mind, instead of how we're designed, sort of at the base brain, to be scared, to be afraid, to just fear the world, when it is so, there's so much here for us to live and to love. Okay, so I'll stop, get off my damn soapbox. But have the event, right? Have something that you want to install. So this morning at Mass, I got a beautiful hug from Jonas, that's his name. An amazing hug. Like, the love in a 3-year-old is just, I don't know. You just can't bottle that. So that's the memory I'm going to work with right now. This morning after Mass, dropping down to my knees and getting a hug from Jonas, this beautiful, lovely soul who is about 3. I'm going to guess he's 3. And so I'm going to install that with you right now. And if you'd like to go ahead and take a memory that you had this morning, this day, this summer, this year, this life, whatever memory you have. So the way that we install it is we enrich it. And we go through different aspects of that memory in order to enrich it. So what is the personal relevance to you? Like, what was important to you about that moment? It's different for everyone. There's no way to get this exercise wrong. So don't worry about getting it right. Just get it to what is important to you. Like, it's unique to you. Your learning is your own experience. So my personal relevance in that was just, I guess, the innocence of a 3-year-old, the uninhibited sort of connection that comes from a child. So that's enough of my personal relevance. So the intensity of it. So the way that I would intensify it is I would imagine the feel of the sun on my face, the smell of the fall, the texture of, my arms literally wrapped all the way around this beautiful boy, and just that feeling of hugging is how I would intensify it. And the novelty. I don't see Jonas all the time. I was excited to see him. I lit up. So the surprise of the hug, because he was having a conversation, and then all of a sudden it's like, time for a hug. So look at the different aspects of that memory, the intensity of it, intensify it, like bring all the pieces of that memory to life, and then bring in your own personal relevance. Why was that important to you? How was it important to you? Was it a special day of the year? Was it something that you were celebrating? Remember it. And then absorb it. So you absorb it by priming and internally. I've been talking about this, for 2 minutes. That was me absorbing it, priming my internal self to bring that memory into my lived experience. And so we absorb it by internalizing it. We sense it in our body. I described all those different sensations that I had, sort of skipping. And then reward ourselves. So just enjoy it again. I just enjoyed this memory I had, this experience I had this morning with you. So that's how you install these good things. And the one of the other things that Rick Hanson says is the neurons that fire together wire together. So by doing all of these things, you create a groove that then just remembers. And it will eventually supersede or jump over the other grooves that are there to maybe draw your attention to negativity or draw your attention to criticism or unkindness or whatever it is that by nature our nervous system is designed to do. I don't want to talk about all of this. The last thing that I want to say, because this is super long, is that if you don't put effort into your experience, you're not going to experience what's possible for you. This quote that I read you is very beautiful, but it doesn't happen naturally. It is not in our nature to live this way. We have to train ourselves. We have to train ourselves, so there's effort and there's learning and there's practice that goes into living in this savoriness the way that a hummingbird does, or the way that I described the hummingbird doing it. I guess the last thing is take courage, take heart, and cast out fear. Those are 3 phrases that illustrate that this is not passive. This is not natural. This takes effort. So go to work. Okay? Happy Lovestream Sunday. Get on your metanoia. Talk to you soon. And I stop here. No, I don't stop there. I stop here.